Hi guys, Stev here at OC ManScape. I'm going to talk a little bit about aftercare after getting your wax service. And this is mainly for the guys. Girls, you can listen in and it might be helpful as well. But anyway, here we go. I don't recommend high heat after a wax service, such as jacuzzis, saunas, or steam rooms, or super hot showers. The reason is because the skin is in what's called an inflammatory state. Just basically meaning it's going to be irritated for a little while. We've roughed it up, we've exfoliated all the dead skin cells off, we've ripped all the little hairs out of their follicles. It's going to be a little sensitive. Even if it feels normal and it feels fine and you can totally give it the abuse treatment, I just don't recommend it. A lot of people ignore my advice and they live, and great, that's awesome. But again, it's what I recommend. It's just my opinion. I also don't recommend scrubbing. A lot of professional waxers will tell their clients to scrub or exfoliate right after a wax. I think that's some of the worst advice waxers could ever give their clients. Here's why. Imagine that skin that's in a freshly inflammatory state being scrubbed. Bad idea. Why would you scrub irritated skin? It makes no sense at all. All it's going to do is become more inflamed, break out, just stay red longer. It's going to be more uncomfortable. Don't do it. You could ignore what I'm saying and you'll live. I just don't recommend it. Another thing about here in Southern California is we have lots of hiking trails, lots of amusements such as Disneyland, hiking trails, beaches, all of those things. Really popular. A lot of guys want to get waxed and then go directly onto the trail or go to Disneyland. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, it's not my thing. But yeah, I don't recommend doing it so quickly after a wax. Skin is rubbing on skin, especially if you wax your balls. You don't want your ball sack just rubbing constantly, just repetitively against your thigh, especially after it's freshly waxed. It's just bad news. I had a friend who is also a client, after a Brazilian wax, went to Disneyland, must have spent anywhere from 8 to 10 hours there, knew he was getting irritated down there, and continued to have all his amusement park fun, but afterwards, man, did his balls suffer. It was awful. It was swollen, it was red, it was inflamed, and it even had an abscess that had to be drained in a doctor's office, treated with antibiotics. It's not worth it. Yeah, that's terrible. Anyway, sun exposure. Beaches in Southern California are not the cleanest places. They're beautiful. They're scenic, they're iconic. There's just, we got Huntington Beach all the way to Newport Beach, Long Beach, not the cleanest places. Way too much sun exposure for freshly waxed skin. Skin can burn so much quicker on freshly waxed skin just because you don't have that layer of dead skin cells that kind of act as a protective layer in certain environments and circumstances. I also don't recommend creams, lotions, or ointments. Some guys like to put on some antibiotic cream or ointment. I don't recommend it. I always recommend clean and dry. If you need to use some kind of antibiotic lotion or topical treatment, I recommend the cream. The cream will dissipate into the skin, it'll absorb into the skin and not leave a greasy layer, which can attract debris and other things that should not be on freshly waxed skin. The ointments are great under bandages. Use the cream, and it won't get all over your clothes and mess them up either. Another one is I recommend powder, something with a little bit of talc in it. Cornstarch base is always good. Talc is not your enemy. It's great for reducing friction, especially on your balls and in your butt crack. I'm silly. It reduces friction, which then in turn reduces irritation. Talc is not your enemy. You're not using it internally. It's topical. Don't eat it. Don't put it in internal spaces, ladies. Anyway, enough of that. Some guys like to go directly to the gym right after getting waxed. I don't recommend that either. Sweaty activities will cause bacteria to build up on the skin pretty quickly unless you shower immediately. A lot of workout benches and machines are not wiped down properly and have somebody else's sweat on that surface, and sweat begets bacteria. You don't want bacteria on freshly waxed skin, especially if it's not your bacteria. I know that sounds weird. Another one is folliculitis. Folliculitis, again, is a very important thing to remember. It is the irritation of, or the infection of all the follicles in that area that you had treated. It is not pleasant. It's a serious medical condition. Sometimes it goes away on its own. Most of the time you need a doctor's care with antibiotics, and just got to keep an eye on that. I think that's about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If there's anything I missed that you might be able to shed some light on, I would love to hear it. This is just based on my own experience and how my clients tend to receive my services and the way their skin reacts. That's how I've come to these conclusions. I've also done the research with medical professionals. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to cover other topics. I'm still getting started on this. I'm not that good at it, as you can tell. And check me out on Instagram, OC_ManScape. I also have a Facebook channel or a Facebook page that I don't really use very much. I might start using it. I don't know, not a big Facebook fan. YouTube right here, OC ManScape. I hope you enjoy. I hope you follow and click the like button. If you leave a comment, I prefer that you're nice and be respectful to other people, and don't use potty mouth language. You could use words like balls, scrotum, wiener, I guess, but be nice. Anyway, I'm Stev, OC ManScape, fine grooming for gentlemen. Stay handsome, stay groomed. Thanks for watching.